Good morning and welcome back to Coffee with Bob. On our trip to Oberammergau, Germany to see the Passion Play, we first flew into Rome and we traveled throughout Italy to see the historic sites, especially the sites of early Christianity, the steps and the places where the early church fathers had walked and the things that had happened in those locations. Well, while traveling through Germany or Italy, I noticed how serious the Italians took their coffee. Most of the places we stopped for coffee didn't have takeout cups, or as they refer to it, takeaway cups. They served coffee and dishes that were going to be reused, rewashed, and you were meant to stay there, enjoy the coffee, and then when you were finished consuming the coffee, you would leave. Some did have takeaway cups, but there was an additional charge for those. But by and large, we saw people, even at the Italian version of a quick stop, people would stand there at the counter, drink their coffee in porcelain cups before leaving. Now, they weren't the large-sized mugs that we typically have. Typically, you would see mugs or cups that were this size or smaller, especially if somebody was drinking an espresso. There was something involved in the coffee drinking that meant you were supposed to linger and enjoy the moment. Now, they did have one version of a takeout that was far more on the other extreme, and it was called pocket coffee or pocket espresso to go. And there are these little tubs with a little straw attached to the side, and I got a couple of these packs because I thought they were interesting. And so you take the straw. It's almost, as my daughter described it, it's an adult Capri Sun. So you take the straw and there's a little place where you just poke it in. And then you're meant to sip this. So I would describe it as an espresso, maybe that had been boiled down to a thicker espresso, and then maybe that's half of it, and then the rest of it's topped off with what tastes like to me Hershey's chocolate syrup. I gather it's their version of the 3-hour or 5-hour energy drink, and I have taken a couple sips of one of these, and that's about all I could manage. But with that exception, all their other coffee was meant to be savored and enjoyed. I imagine it was the tourists that brought the demand for takeaway cups. Now, I do like to take coffee with me and drink it as I'm going, but I have to say there's something extremely rewarding in sitting down and drinking coffee out of a real cup and truly savoring that moment. Even when we were on kind of the major highway and we stopped at a basic quick stop, drinking coffee out of a mug with a saucer and being made to pause. You couldn't rush through that, but to pause and to savor the moment, I realized is something that we don't do very often. We're the land of drive-thrus and fast food, and we like our coffee to go. I hope that you would take some time today, and you have to be intentional about it, because we get in the routine of takeaway or takeout or fast food or drive-through. Be intentional and seize a moment and savor that time. Don't rush through it. Whether you're drinking a cup of coffee, you're enjoying a nice cold glass of water, or you're simply doing nothing and you are kind of enjoying the scenery or the act of doing nothing at all. Savor the moment. Enjoy the time and don't rush through. We could use more of that in our lives as we allow our schedules to be defined for us. Our lives become busier and busier, and taking a moment to truly savor it can make a huge part of our day. Take time to be with God. Maybe you offer a prayer, and maybe you simply sit in the moment and give thanks to God for that moment of time. There's a Bible scripture that I always wrestle with because I'm not great at just sitting still and enjoying the moment. But it's be still and know that I am God. Take a moment today and savor the gift of time. Give thanks to God. And remember that passage, be still and know that I am God. Be intentional. Don't go through the rest of the day without having one moment that you truly savor. I hope you have a great day.